Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Primal Talk with your hosts, Gable Reese and Hunter French. Hope you all having a great day so far. We hope that you enjoyed the last episode. We loved it. We absolutely loved making that episode, that little introduction. So I hope, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and it's nice to formally meet you. On this episode, we decided to talk about starting off in your fitness journey. We realized that everybody is in a different place, some more advanced than others. Some haven't even started. They don't know where to start. So that's kind of the idea of this episode. We hope to provide some great information for people that may be in search of it. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Hunter. And Hunter is going to talk a little bit about his fitness journey and some of the struggles that he had to overcome. So without further ado, Hunter, go take it away.
Thank you for the introduction, Gable. If you guys haven't watched episode 1, my name is Hunter French, personal trainer. When I started to be conscious of my health, it all happened when I was 11. I had a really bad back injury. It was called discitis. It's an infection in one of the fibrous pads in your spinal region. It's in between the vertebrae. And I actually ended up losing the disc, and I have fusion from L4, L5 in my sacrum. Some of the disc has eroded away between my sacrum and my L5, and the transverse processes have fused. So it was after then that I started to really take note on my body and like what things I could do, what things I couldn't do, how to lift, how to run. I had to do things differently than everybody else because I did have a severe back injury before I even hit puberty. So my body wasn't even fully developed yet. And then over time, I had a back injury, so the rest of my body started to get out of tune. I developed muscle imbalances, weaknesses in certain parts of my body, my knees, my hips, my feet, even my fingers and toes, shoulders, neck. I had a knee surgery a few years ago. I had an AC joint injury a few years ago as well. But it wasn't until I started lifting with my good buddy Justin Fowler at Oskaloosa Anytime Fitness. One day after work, I was just like, "What's up, man?" Saw him in the gym. And then the next day at work, I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I work out with you a few times?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I started, practicing weightlifting with him. I'd never had any like structured weightlifting program. And he set me up on a 4 by 12, 12, 8, 8, 4 by 12, 10, 10, 10, 8, whatever. He set me up on some good programs, taught me the correct form of bench press, how to do rows, deadlifts, how to squat properly. And I had never done any of those things by myself. I just would go into the gym and, throw some weight around. I had no one ever in my life show me how to do those properly until Justin Fowler showed me. And I'm really thankful for that because, without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at trying to help others with their journey as well. And it's an honor that someone could bestow their message to me, and I have that opportunity as well. And then now I'm here, 2021, spreading the word. What about you, G? How did you get started?
I got one question for you before I get into it. So tell me a little bit about how that affected your mental health. Because I'm sure, I couldn't imagine how difficult that would be for me. And you're such a positive person. And I think that really relays to some of the struggles you've overcome. So talk a little bit about how you kind of overcame that mentally. Was it
Oh,
through weightlifting?
definitely. It was really hard some days when I'd get up in the morning and my back would be hurting or like my knees would be aching. But
Hmm.
over time, I've just gotten used to it and I realized that I'm still alive. I still have all my toes. I still have all my fingers. I still get up. I can still breathe the oxygen. I can still get outside. I still have a family that loves me. I got best friends like you. I've got a beautiful dog here, a fiance, getting married in a few days. I'm
Yes, sir.
it can be hard some days. Like right now, my hip is in like it's pretty achy, but
Hmm.
it'll go away in a few days. And I just look on the bright side, like, look, okay, so I'm in pain. What can I do differently next time in the gym that I won't have pain? So try not to do the same
Right,
movement that caused the pain or go too hard in the gym.
right.
It completely changed my outlook on life and like what goes on in my head because I can't do things that you can do. I don't know if I'll ever be able to squat all that weight that you put on your back, or deadlift the amount of weight that you deadlift. You know, you're a gorilla in the gym, man. But I do enjoy going to the gym and maintaining my health, because that's what's optimal. That's what's optimal for longevity.
Definitely. Yeah. Wow.
Thank you.
That's awesome. No, that's a great outlook. And, I think people can really learn from that too, because so many people have these challenges. And a lot of people just don't know how to deal with them, and I think hearing that outlook on life can definitely reach and touch a lot of people. So, um, beautiful, beautiful, man. As far as me, I grew up a pretty overweight kid. Um, I was always involved in sports, but I would just never. I don't know. I was pretty overweight. I don't know if it was necessarily my eating habits or just the way that my body decided to grow. But definitely struggled a lot with body image issues. I go to birthday parties, people would go to the pool. I'd be afraid to take my shirt off, things like that, and it took a toll on me. I was always afraid of getting bullied. I was just never really truly happy with myself, just because I didn't feel like I'm the best version of myself, and that's me now looking back on it. But when I was a kid, I was just sad all the time, and I didn't know why, and it definitely attributes to my health. Um, so I went from 150 pounds in fifth grade to 145 pounds my freshman year of high school. So I kind of just started to grow into my body a little bit more. Started playing more sports. I think that definitely helped me as I started to mature. Um, so I went from this kind of not confident, overweight kid to a non-confident, skinny kid, right? So I
Mhm.
went from overweight to skinny, and then I kind of developed some more body issues. I was like, well, now I'm skinny. I want to be muscular. How can we get there? So I really started working out. I remember his name was Jacob Bear. He was a great wrestler for um, town of Osceola, where I went to high school. So great guy. He actually brought me into the gym one day. I saw him working out. I'd always seen him there. He brought me in. He taught me how to bench press. It was awesome, man. I think the first time I ever bench pressed, I had like tens and fives on each side, and I felt like a beast, right? And he was over there benching 45s, and I was like 135, and I was like, wow, how do I get there? So he taught me how to bench press, and pretty much ever since, man, I just started off with sports. I wanted to get bigger, faster, stronger. Um, Instead of PE in high school, I took strength and conditioning just to get that extra work in. Um, I felt like that was important for me. It wasn't until my sophomore year where I really started to get involved in it on a deeper level. I had a baseball coach. His name was Brian Cole, amazing guy. He was actually training for a bodybuilding show when I first met him. So that interested me. I'd seen him. He was one of our baseball coaches. So he'd be bringing meal prep on the road, man. He'd be eating out of Tupperware containers. Everyone else is eating Casey's pizza, chocolate milk. He's got 12 little almonds there that he's counted out, and like tilapia and rice and stuff like that. And I always respected that, because where some people may have poked fun at him, like, oh man, that's what you're eating, I saw it as, this man is dedicated to his craft, and that is definitely something that I am trying to aspire to be. So I talked to him a little bit about working out, and he got me in the gym, man. Every single day we would lift together, after practice, before school, whatever time we could fit in our schedules, we would be in there together. And he taught me a lot of what I know today, a lot. And um, I really am thankful for that as well, because like you said, it's honestly an honor to have somebody kind of take you under their wing and show you how to do certain things that they're passionate about, and it creates a spark and a passion for you as well. So it was amazing, man. Like, we were doing Tabata workouts, and you know, I'm 16 years old doing Tabata workouts, and it was awesome, man. So ever since then, you know, I kind of fell in love with fitness. Went to school, and I started studying exercise science, learning more about the body, and I mean, the rest is history. It was a nice experience, and I'm very thankful for it. And now, like Hunter said, I wish to give that experience to as many other people as I can. So
100%,
yeah.
brother. And seeing uh seeing that growing up, going from an overweight kid to what you are now, how do you want that to look to others? How do you want to show that to others? Seeing that it is possible, because
Right,
there are many
right.
out there who don't think that it is possible.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And I'm sure when I was a kid, I didn't think it was possible either. But um, I hope that that can give confidence and the ability to take pride in yourself to at least one other person. You know, if I can help one other person with my story, that's all I need, right? So yeah, I hope it gives somebody confidence in their ability. I hope it gives them the confidence to go into the gym. I hope it gives them the confidence to work out despite, you know, all the critics, all the criticism. I hope that they get in there, they work their ass off. They're proud of what they accomplish, and I hope it works out for them, you know. And just like you were saying.
I believe that when you're starting out in fitness and health, being conscious of where you're at in your life is very important. So one of the most important things to do is start slow. Start slow, man. Don't just rush into it. Don't go in there. Sometimes, you know, I went into the gym thinking I could just, just bust out this weight. Have no idea how good my form is or how bad it was. Looking back at my form, sometimes, you know, from videos I have from a few years ago, from when I first started lifting, awful, awful form. So start slow, practice the movement, get the core stability. That is what I have to offer for the first do. And if you have
Okay.
to, find a mentor, find someone who knows what they're
Yeah.
doing in the gym, and just ask them, say, hey, can you show me around the gym? Can you teach me what you know? Just, or can I
Yeah.
tag along with you when you do your workouts and watch them
Mm-hmm.
perform their exercises? Even take note. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
did, and that's exactly how Gable did too. We both were taken
Mm-hmm.
under somebody's wing, and we learned how to do the movements, and we became self-sufficient to do it on
Right.
our own.
Right.
And then
Definitely. And a lot of people may be intimidated to just walk up to a random person in the gym and ask for help. But I promise you, you know, we see it every day. I promise you, people are a lot nicer than you think. So
yes.
take that risk. You know, if the worst that they're gonna say is no, so you might as well take that risk and look for some help, because a lot of people may not be able to do that, and it could really, really help kickstart the process for sure.
Oh yeah, just it's simply asking for help.
Hmm.
Well, they might look big and scary, that guy, you know, with huge biceps or big legs, or if you're a female and you go ask a female trainer for help, do it.
Right.
I beg you.
Right.
You think you know everything or you think you know enough, there's always someone that knows more that would love to
Hmm.
help you.
Right. And we can always be learning. So
Yes, like I'm always
um,
asking some of the other trainers at my gym as well, or other people. I still hit Justin Fowler up. I'll FaceTime him or I'll Snapchat him. I'll say, hey man, I'm having trouble with this. Like, what do you suggest I do? Because he's actually a personal trainer in Des Moines, and you know he's living it big over there. And I try to model my career after his. You know, he was a big inspiration to me. So a
nice.
mentor is very important. Get a mentor. Start off slow. And then what else would I would say is track your progress, whether it's taking pictures in the beginning or tracking your workouts. You know, I have recorded
Right.
every single workout since my sophomore year at Iowa Central, which for those of you who don't know, that was 4 years ago. I've got 4 notebooks on my shelf back here, my bookshelf, that have every single workout. I recorded the exercise I did, how many sets, how many reps, the weight used, and then sometimes I'd even put a note under the page that said, I had trouble with my left arm, or left leg felt weak, or core was not as stable as it normally was. Just some simple little like cues, notes that can help me progress for the next time. I even wrote down what cardio I did, how long I ran, the distance, or if I just did some like biking. Track your progress before
Yes.
and after. Even track your food when you just start out. Just simple as like putting a note in your phone, like, oh, had 1 piece of pizza with my steak and eggs and veggies tonight.
Right. No, that's a super, super good tip there. I did the same thing. I don't currently, I keep more of a digital journal of my workouts now, but I used to do the same thing, man. I'd have a notebook in my workout bag, I'd have a pen ready to go. I'd sit there, I'd write out my entire workout, every single set, all the weights, how I'm feeling, if I have any issues. I'd even write my warm ups because sometimes they're not all the same. And it's such a good thing because you look back on it and you realize how far you've actually came,
Mhm.
because we don't see the daily progress that we're making. It's long term, and that's fitness in a nutshell. It's for the long haul. It's all about longevity. It's not a magic pill. It's not one size fits all. So definitely track your workouts, track your food if you have to. Track your body, how you're feeling, especially. That's a huge one. It's not all about the number on the scale. It's if you're feeling healthier, if you're feeling stronger, if you have better energy throughout the day, if you have better sex drive, it's all those things. So just be aware and be mindful of your body, your workouts, your nutrition. I mean, you just got to be mindful of everything. So, and another thing that I will say is start small. Small, just like Hunter was saying, um, small wins add up, and a daily win leads to another daily win, leads to a weekly win, and it's a compounding effect. The more daily wins that you stack up, the more successfully that you're going to be. So start small. Find a routine that works for you. Find a schedule that works for you. Find time for that workout. Put it in your schedule, because if you have no plan to go throughout the day, oh, I'll lift tonight, I'll go work out later, I'll do some cardio tonight, chances are you're not going to do it unless you're fully committed. So write it down. You're going to hold yourself accountable. I promise you that. Find a time that works for you and go get in there and get it done. So,
And I've got 2 more do's. Eat a lot of protein. When you're
yes.
just starting out in the fitness game, in the health game, your body is going to need as much protein as possible. Protein can be broken down into amino acids, which repair everything in the body. Repairs your muscles, your skin, your organs, everything. So you need a lot of protein, whether it's from animal, which I prefer. Animal products are overall the best source of protein you can get. But if you are vegan or vegetarian, consume a lot of protein, whether it's from your veggies, etc., or supplements. Just make sure you're getting a gram per pound of body weight, I believe, or is it 1.5 grams or one? Yeah, 1 gram.
1.5 is pretty high. So I typically, people like to aim for 1 gram. 1 gram per pound of body weight is a pretty good benchmark. Um,
That's what I try to hit.
Obviously,
I
you
just try to
can,
hit 175 grams of
yeah.
protein per day. I weigh 175 pounds.
Hmm.
So I say, okay, I'm cooking a couple hamburgers here. That's going to be 60, 70 grams of protein. That means I need to hit 110 more. I can split that up into 2 to 3 more meals. and
Right.
then drink water.
Right.
Drink a
Lots
lot
of
of
water.
water, and then
Lots of water.
lots of water. I'm drinking carbonated lemon water here.
Water is incredible. There's so many human bodily functions that are controlled by water.
We
I mean,
are
our
almost
body is
70% water.
um, water, water, water. It's super important, man. Super important. I would say before you even work out, first thing in the morning, you should be drinking a minimum of 16 ounces of water.
Yes, exactly. You
So,
wake up and you crush some water. Wake up, you crush some water throughout the
mhm,
day before your workout, drinking water, a lot of it. I don't, you're probably going to be pissing your pants a lot, but
yeah,
water
you'll get used
is
to it.
essential. It'll boost your recovery. It opens up your blood vessels, which allow for
Hmm.
nutrients to travel throughout your body. So then when you're eating high protein and drinking a lot of water, the protein can be transferred from your stomach and your colon throughout your body to your muscles where it's needed the most. And
Right.
those who are new to fitness get what's called noob gains. So I experienced it, and I'm sure Gable
I
experienced
did.
it as well.
Hmm.
It's when you first get into the gym, and the first like 6 months to a year, you have like exponential growth. It's just like your lifts go from, like Gable said, you could barely lift the bar with a couple with a 10 and a 5 on each side. Then I'm sure
Yeah.
a couple months later he could do a 45-pound plate, because noob gains, it's like
Hmm.
your brain and your muscles are attached via nerves,
Hmm.
and your muscles have more motor neuron units, so they can recruit more of the muscle to work.
Right. Yep. Some people will experience newbie gains more than others, but it's definitely a real thing. Definitely a real thing. I went from, like I said, tens and fives on either side. First time I ever bench pressed to a year and a half later, my sophomore year, I benched 225 for a max.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so it happens. And then after that, I was stuck. I was stuck for a long time, and I was feeling really sad about it. I was like, why, man, I had all this progress. And then I started to understand how the body works and the process that we undergo. Um, and he's 100% right. So
And noob gains, they can happen at any age. You could be
any
18
age.
years old, you could be 15 years old, you could be 30, 40, 50. You could never have lifted a weight in your life. Go to the gym at 65 years old, and your body will not know what to do, and it will get noob gains because you've never done that movement before. So those
Right.
muscles will finally activate and you'll get some
Hmm.
noob gains.
Yep.
It wouldn't be as much as a 20-year-old person, but your body will still adapt to that stressor.
Right. I have one more do for everybody. This one personally helped me a lot growing up and in college, especially. So, my last do when you start working out is, if you struggle with nutrition, dedicate a day to meal prepping. I did this every Sunday throughout almost my entire college career. Every single Sunday, I would go to the store. I would have a list, first of all. I would come prepared with everything that I know that I want to eat throughout the week to give myself the best chance of being successful. So, you know, tons of chicken and tons of lean pork, lean beef, um, lots of veggies. Veggies are huge. Fruits and vegetables, we're huge on those. Um, Dedicate a day to it, because a lot of people don't have time throughout the day. Things come up, life happens. So it's better to have a plan, dedicate a whole day to it, rather than just scrambling trying to find something to eat, because that's when mistakes are made. When you're not prepared is when mistakes are made. So definitely find a day that works best for you, even if it's a couple hours. Like, it would take me 2-3 hours to cook all my meals for the week, 2-3 meals a day for 7 full days. So just make it happen, and find a process that works for you. I had to play around with it for a long time, and it was fun for me, man. Like, I was never a cook growing up. My parents would cook for me, or we'd go out to eat or whatever. And that really, really forced me to develop as a cook. And now I love cooking. It's fucking great. It's my favorite thing to do throughout the day, honestly. Like these days, I'm almost enjoying cooking and eating healthy more than I'm enjoying the workouts. So, you know, it's very important to have that day, have a time set for getting that done, because if you don't have a plan for your nutrition, if you don't have a plan for your workouts, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to make mistakes regardless, but this just gives you a better chance for success.
It was just, I did learn that from Justin Fowler as well. This man would come in with ground beef bowls and chopped peppers, and he would
Mm-hmm.
load it with barbecue sauce. He'd go ground beef, peppers, rice, and barbecue sauce. And I said, hey, that looks cool. And I started to make some of my own. And that's how I got into cooking by myself. Because, I was living on my own, and I was like, I'm going to have to cook for myself. So I'm going to have to meal prep. I'm going to have to eat right. And then now every day it's like I cook a brand new meal. It's like, what could I do with this pork chop? What could I do with this steak? Well, for a side, what veggies can I spruce up? What sweet potato, how can I cook this differently than I had it the last time? And I don't set a day for meal prep really anymore. What I
No,
do
I don't either.
is
I used to.
I cook extra food when I have a time. Like, let's say I'm cooking dinner, I'll buy extra steak, or I'll buy some extra like chicken thighs, or I don't eat breast anymore. Chicken breast is bad. And I'll just cook extra salmon, whatever, cook extra meat, have more protein for the week. And then I'll cook a little bit extra like rice or sweet potatoes or veggies. And then I'll just put the leftovers all in a couple containers and have them for the next 2 days.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I don't meal prep so much anymore as I'm cooking portions. So,
Mm, yeah.
and that comes, it comes naturally when you've been there and you've been meal prepping. It makes it a lot easier, because then you know kind of how much this food is going to get you and how long it'll last. And
Exactly.
yeah, the biggest don't is don't get discouraged. And it's easier said than done, but a lot of people, especially in today's society, everything is image based. We idolize strangers on the internet because of how their body looks, and we should not be doing that as a society, man. We should only compare yourself to yourself. Um, that's something I struggle with for a long time. I know it's something that a lot of other people struggle with as well, but don't allow yourself to get caught up in that culture and get discouraged by the way that somebody may appear online, because 99% of the time, that's not how they look day to day. They
No.
find the best picture of themselves. First of all, we're taking like hundreds of pictures in the mirror, trying to find the best one with the best lighting, with a juicy pump, and it's very misleading. So the biggest don't, I would say, is just don't allow yourself to get discouraged. Big one.
Also, don't give up.
Hmm.
That ties in with discouragement as well. You get discouraged when you decide to skip the gym because you don't feel good enough, or you think, you don't look good as some of the other gym goers or members or those fitness influencers that you see on social
Hmm.
media. Just don't give up. Like we talked about earlier in the do's, find a plan, set a time, stick to it. Don't give up. The results will come. It takes
Hmm.
4 weeks to notice a change. 4 weeks, 28 days. That's it.
Another don't waste your money on products you don't need. Biggest thing when you start working out is your nutrition, water, sleep, recovery, and workouts. You don't need 5 pounds of protein powder, creatine, pre workout, BCAAs, fat burner. You don't need all that stuff.
Junk.
I promise you, you don't need it. Get your nutrients from the food you're eating, animal products, whole foods. That's going to be your best bet. I mean,
Exactly.
especially when you're first starting out, you don't want to be dumping a bunch of money into supplements, just expecting them to give you the results that you're trying to see. No, dedicate yourself to your diet, your nutrition, your sleep, all that stuff first, And then once you're in tune with your body, then if you would decide to go with some supplements, that's when you try it out. But don't think that before you start working out, you need to get all these products and then it's going to cause you to see the effects that you want, because you're just going to be spending a bunch of money and you're going to be unhappy because you're not seeing the results you want. So get in tune with your body, make sure all your aspects are taken care of, you're in tune with yourself, and you understand that those things are the most important. Supplements are supplements. They're supplemental to your health.
Exactly. Nutrition first. Nutrition is always number one. And then whatever you cannot get through your nutrition, you supplement. That is only if you absolutely cannot, I repeat, cannot get it through nutrition. Let's say you're allergic to some kind of veggie or fruit that has a certain mineral that you need. You can supplement it, sure. Or if you're vegan or vegetarian and you need to supplement any of the B vitamins, especially B12, which is found in most meats, supplement B12. Just do it. It's okay. It's not going to kill you to spend a little bit of money on some like extra supplements. But for the most part, eat a well-balanced whole food, usually animal product based diet, and you'll be all right. I think that wraps up the do's and the don'ts. Remember, don't give up. Pick a system, stay with the system, stay motivated. Motivation will come and go, but you just got to keep going. Some of the days that I don't have motivation are the best fucking days in the gym.
Yep.
You know, if you don't feel like going, I go anyway. I go for 30 minutes, and a bad workout is a lot better than no workout. So just go, just do it. Just even if it's like some push-ups and pull-ups or just some squats or some sit-ups, anything. That's just the best way to keep going in your life.
Yep. I think, fitness is an antidepressant. So if you're feeling down, if you're not feeling motivated to go to the gym, like he said, go anyway. It's going to boost your mood. You're going to get your endorphins flowing. You're going to feel fucking great. It's going to give you a rush of adrenaline. So do it anyway. Don't get discouraged. Stay on course. Don't believe all the hype online about this and that and all the fad diets. No, find what works best for you. Find a routine, make it fit your schedule, and grind your ass off for a couple months. Promise you're going to see the results.
Yes, you will. And I think that about wraps up
all right.
episode 2 of the Primal Talk. You can find us next week with episode 3 on nootropics or smart drugs. We're going to talk about what our favorite smart drugs. You can get these over the counter. They're not illegal. You can get these over the counter on Amazon, anywhere, that boost your mind. They enhance creativity and focus. So we're going to talk about that next week. Yep. Thank you guys for listening to Primal Talk episode 2. Hunter out.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you later.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with your feelings, and follow our other social media.